So, now the English part of the group, please join me at the back of the group and I will tell you a bit about history of this place. The back is there. Zaczynamy obywatele. Część anglojęzyczną z tyłu będę trzymał, żeby nic nie cofnąć. Welcome to the underground city for the former Polish base of operations in case of the World War III. This area was created by the German army as a artillery battery Vineta. It was created to protect the coast and the port in Swinoujscie. And we had 7 bunkers built in here. Ammunition shelter, the engine room, which is our power plant to provide electricity here. 4 battle stations with cannons of 15 centimeters caliber and a command post. And the German army used this area mainly as a training facility for their artillerists from Kriegsmarine. And after the war, there were Russians in here from May to December to 1945. And after that, the Polish army took this whole area over and converted it into a secret base in case of the World War III. And it was secret until 31st December 2013. On that day, the army gave the keys to this whole facility to the Museum of Coastal Defense in Swinoujscie, and from that day we are guiding tours in here to show the history of this place.
Yeah.
The whole area is divided into 5 security zones. Enter. Co tam się stało? Wszystko w porządku? So, the first security zone starts at the main gate. And there are 2 machine gun emplacements hidden in there, which guard the entrance. And after that, we'll be going to the second security zone, which is still on the ground, and 3 zones underground. And now for the main part of on the ground, we are going to the first shelter. It is the power plant. We have 3 power supplies in here, and this is the second one, because the first one is the town. There's a huge cable buried underground in here. This is also sometimes called the Holy Grail of all scrap metal collectors. But unfortunately for them, they are guarding it and nobody's already saw it. So we are still getting electricity from the town. And in case of something going wrong in the town, this power plant has 40 to 60 seconds to start the engines that were in there and to provide electricity to every shelter. And if something happens in the town and in the power plant, in the underground city, there were little engines in every shelter to provide electricity as long as the repairs go. And of course, to get in every of the security zones, you have to have a number of passes that corresponds with the number of zones. So for the first zone, there's 1 pass, 2 zones in the second and 3 in the third. So when you go to the second security zone and someone catches you, starts asking questions, what are you doing in here, why do you have only 1 pass, you must say that it is universal. And if they don't believe you, I don't know you, tough luck. And during the Second World War, the German army used this area mainly as a training facility because there was nothing going on the shore. That's why they were able to just train their soldiers in here and then send them to Europe. That's why there were no trees in here, because the cannons need good view so you will be able to use them. That's the first thing. And because there were no trees, the cannons could rotate 360 degrees. And shelters, not the power plant, but the other shelters that we'll be able to see today, were not buried underground. They were sticking out around 2 meters from the ground, because they were not secret ones, but they were battle stations with cannons. So you cannot bury them, they must stick out a bit from the ground. And the range of the cannons, they could shoot up to 23 kilometers north. Yeah, and they were not the biggest one because there was also a second battery in here, Batterie Gibbon, something like that. I'm not good with those names. And it had 3 cannons of 24 centimeters caliber. They were supposed to destroy the biggest ships that Polish army could send here in case of the war. And Batterie Vineta was only a supporting battery with smaller cannons to destroy the smallest ships. And 150 meters from the power plant, which is around 200 meters from us right now, there was second shelter. It was ammunition shelter, but unfortunately the German army, when they were retreating from here at the end of the war, blew up everything that was in here, and over there were around 800 pieces of ammunition of 15 centimeters caliber. That's why all went poof, and we cannot go inside that shelter. Because it got pretty much destroyed, most of the construction collapsed. And in the power plant there is one engine, because there were 2 of them. One that is still in the Skoda from 1959, and it was used as a backup generator. And the second one, the main one, was Vola of 100 kilowatts hour, but unfortunately Polish army took it and we couldn't stop them because our army wanted to destroy this whole area. Because such command posts are not used nowadays, so the first plan was not to give this to the museum so we can guide tours, but first of all they wanted to get all the equipment out of here because it was still secret, so the equipment had to go to the areas where it came from. And after that, for 30 million zloty, we wanted to blow this up and destroy a huge amount of history that started here in 1936, because this is the year when the construction of Batterie Vineta started.
Ja.
We are lucky that we started this whole process, but unfortunately 90% of the equipment already got out of here. So most of those things are the things that we are gathering and putting the shelters to show as much history as we can. We are still working on those shelters because this is the first season right now, so we are still much more. Over! Absolutely. Znak Skody tu się znajduje na tablicy, tablicy też się zachował i był to agregat jedynie zapasowy. Przez 13 lat od wstawienia nowej rozdzielni przez Polaki tutaj Teil, generator from Skoda from 1989, and over there on the right side of the corridor there are fuel tanks which were supposed to provide fuel to those 2 engines. Here is the place where the second one, the Vola, was, and on the left side there are batteries which are supposed to power up starting the equipment to start the engine, because there were 3 types. You can use bottles with air to start it up, then the batteries, and if those both failed, you can use this little piece, and you can try it if you want. Really? It's really nice. more photos, the more joy it brings to us. This is the social part where the soldiers lived, but it's empty. That's why I did not even light it up.
Hast du die
Szalone 14 metrów nad poziomem morza, więc mam nadzieję, że nikt nie ma problemu z oddychaniem. Maski tlenowe skończyły się w zeszłym tygodniu. Ruszamy pod górkę. So now we are going the highest point in the vicinity, 14 meters above the sea level. So I hope nobody has breathing problems. Now we are going to the second security zone. After we pass a gate, this will be the zone, and over there we'll immediately go inside the first security zone, which is the first one underground. In that time. After that, they covered the shelters with sand and connected 5 most important shelters with 1 kilometer long tunnel, which is not super effective against bombs because the walls are around half meter thick only, so every bomb would destroy it, but it was supposed to hide our soldiers because there were 300 of them. And if they were to go around on the surface, planes that took photos of the terrain could easily catch them. Because in 1945, thermo and noctovision were invented already. That's why it will be easy to find our soldiers. That's why they were supposed to go inside and move underground. And this is the old Polish proverb that here we welcome you, and here gotcha, because the gate is closed, no turning back. They used to place some proverbs like this on entrances to military areas where the recruits were coming in. Are you afraid? Oh no! As I said, no retreat. Raz, left free. The second left. Left free. Lewa wolna.
Dann hat er sich erschrocken, oder? Wo ist meine Frau eigentlich? Alter Schwede, ey. Die kann ich nur nicht. Ja, die kann nur im Dunkeln nicht wirklich gucken. Nee, irgendwo habe ich sie verloren jetzt hier. Ach, da ist sie. Ah, sie leitet sich.
So, on the crossroads, inside the shelter, we turn left and we'll go around this whole shelter. There's those rooms on the right side you will be able to see when we will be going back.
Ja. Rauchen verboten. Oh.
case of bombing raids and some things like that, so that it wasn't as bad as in the First World War, for example. And after this part, we go through this corridor to the battle station. Pancerne żaluzje, żeby zbłokany pocisk nie znajdują już bardziej. A też schodzimy drugim korytarzem, wchodzimy przez schron, tam się lekką lewą rozchodzimy, żeby wszyscy nie zmieścili do środka. Najpierw zgaszę sobie światła, zamknę i razem wtedy liczymy. Entrances for the crew to make the cannon, and here are 3 ammunition lifts. They were powered by hands of the soldiers, and there were 3 of them because the cannon could shoot 2 up to 3 times a minute. That's why 3 lifts were here, so that you could get ammunition all the time. And this is the part of the shelter A. We were in it today. This is the German shelter, so we are only lacking the cannon. If we had it, we would have a complete set of the German part of the shelter. And now we are going back to of the alarm. Oh. So, come here, the inhibitor is on. And you can get 500 fine for a small.